Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jordan, location independent. Have you ever heard the thing where it's like, if you cut out one Starbucks a day for a year, you're going to have $1,000 or $2,000 more money like saved up just from that? I mean, while it has a grain of truth to it, these little tweaks and little like budget, like, oh, I could save $1 by cutting this out and save 50 cents by doing, you know what? It's a lot more trouble than it's worth. And just speaking of that, having a budget overall really doesn't work, at least for me, and I would say for the majority of people. So what else do you do if you don't have a budget? How can you get more money? One simple thing. One simple thing. You ready for this? Okay. Okay, now this is pioneered by Ramit Sethi. I'm going to link to his blog post about it below. He's this big personal finance guru, but it's so cool. I want to share it with you. It's focusing on the big wins, right? So instead of the little budget day-to-day things, like, okay, I think it's good to keep track of your money, have an idea where you're spending it. But way more important, at least for me, and I've tried 10 times, 20 times that budget. It never works in the end for me. But what I've found works a lot better is just what Ramit Sethi says, is, for example, focusing on the big wins like getting a raise in your job, getting a higher paying job, paying off any debt, whether that's student loan, credit card debt, maybe for a car, paying that off first, or I have my notes over here, or focus on a new income stream. So if you already have a full-time job, you can still make a little money on the side, always do what they call a side hustle, right? And have that be something reoccurring, and that will end up being a lot more profitable to you than spending that same time and energy and focusing on shaving off $1 here and there. Okay, so the last piece of advice. Oh, and by the way, if you find this helpful, please download my Digital Nomad cheat sheet. I've got lots of personal finance advice as well as anything else to do with working remote and just being a cool digital nomad. You can get a link in the description below. Okay, so my middle of the road thing, I would say, is if a budget's too complicated, and it is for me, I would just use the free app. It's called Mint app, and you can get that for iOS or Android. And basically, it just tracks. You hook up your credit cards, hook up your bank account, and it tracks all of your income and your expenses. And that's basically it. And you just look every week, or I would check once a week, and you see, oh, okay, I spent X amount on groceries, and it'll show you your monthly average over time, oh, I'm spending a little bit too much on restaurants. So kind of getting the big picture overview, I think, is a lot better and a lot more time-friendly, let's say, than really the nitty-gritty budget and focusing on the big wins. So if you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Got a lot more cool personal finance content and all that jazz. I just wanted to say jazz. All right, cool. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Adios.